snapped his fingers and all of a sudden, he was the new king of Twitch. For most people, this is a dream come true, to wake up, play video games, and get stupid rich.
I do social media, right? But I would never want to be on the top. Being on the top is a curse.
But what we don't see in this moment is what it took to get here, because success like this doesn't come free. It comes with a cost. And for Jynxzi, that cost was higher than most people could ever imagine.
639 hours streamed to an average viewership of 2. That's Jynxzi, man.
While his friends were out living their college years, Jynxzi was alone, night after night, sitting in front of a camera, streaming to almost no one.
Because it's not about the hours that they know about. It's about what you do in the dark room when it's you and your thoughts.
For years, his reality was numbers so low they didn't even register. 5 viewers, 10 viewers, it was a dream no one else could see.
Every great thing that you will ever achieve is brick by brick, day by day, night by night.
But the real question is, what exactly did he give up to reach number 1? Nicholas Stewart, or as we know him today as Jynxzi, was born on September 26, 2001 in Odessa, Florida. Growing up, he wasn't chasing streamer awards. His first love was actually soccer. He played competitively for a local team called Everton FC in Florida. And for a while, that was his entire world outside of school. As the mid-2010s rolled around, soccer wasn't his only obsession anymore. Like countless teenagers, he was sinking deeper into the world of video games. It started with the mobile game Clash Royale. Nick grinded his way up the ranks, even competing at the semi-pro level under the name It's Nova Nick. By his junior year, the focus had once again shifted. He wanted to stream, so he created a new account, called it iSweatGames, and for the first time, he hit go live on Twitch.
Hi, what's up, guys? Just went live 5 seconds ago.
And the timing of this move was perfect, because 2018 was the year live streaming exploded into the mainstream. Fortnite was everywhere, pulling in millions of players and casual viewers. Streamers like Ninja, Tfue, and Daequan were becoming household names. Ninja's collabs with Drake, Travis Scott, and Juju Smith-Schuster made headlines outside of the gaming world, putting Twitch in front of audiences who had never watched a live stream before. And that sudden surge of attention created space for new creators to break through. Now, iSweatGames was short-lived. Nick dropped that username and started fresh as Jynxzi, but starting then gave him a chance to grow with the platform. He just had to follow the usual playbook.
Do you go to school? I graduated high school last year, bro. I'm pursuing a career and becoming a full-time Twitch streamer and YouTuber.
To become a top 1% streamer on Twitch, you really had to chase the biggest titles. And at that time, that game was Fortnite.
It's called Fortnite. It's free.
To build an audience, you had to be the first to start streaming when a new season rolled out. You had to be the first to show the viewers what was new. Be the first to find the bugs, the Easter eggs, to play the games in ways no one else was. And that's how you'd stand out.
Yo, we need that, my man. Hold on, chat. We need that.
But first, a quick word from our sponsor. My mornings usually start in the gym, and from there, the day quickly turns into emails, scripts, and editing. And the one thing that I never seem to have enough time for is making a meal that actually fits my health goals. That's why I was excited to try Factor. Factor gives you the flexibility to stay active without falling back on a quick cheat meal when you're short on time. Just toss it in the microwave for 2 minutes, and you're done. Factor has 3 times new weekly meals than before, with more chef-crafted, restaurant-quality meals. They've added double the high-protein options, and you can even swap proteins at no extra cost. Like if you'd rather have chicken instead of pork, then you can just switch it. I've been working on staying more consistent in the gym, and the big piece I was missing was in the kitchen. Factor's high-protein meals are exactly what I needed to stay on track with my fitness goals. And instead of wasting time cooking or blowing money on delivery, I know I've got something ready fast with Factor. So if you wanted to try it out, head to Factor75.com or click the link below and use code GolfCartFB50 to get 50% off, plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code GolfCartFB50 at Factor75.com to get 50% off plus free breakfast for 1 year. Thanks again to Factor for sponsoring today's video, and let's get back to it. But when Jynxzi was faced with this playbook, he ignored it. Instead, he went all in on Rainbow Six Siege.
Dude, Siege is the greatest game on planet Earth.
Siege at the time was practically on life support. I mean, Rainbow Six was barely scraping past 80,000 average viewers on a good month. And when you compare it to Fortnite's 78.3 million active users each month, it becomes pretty clear. Siege was the wrong game to bet on.
Imagine not playing Rainbow Six Siege.
And yet, Jynxzi stuck with it, because even with all its flaws, Siege was different. Its unique destruction mechanics and tactical gameplay forced players to think, adapt, and strategize in ways that no other mainstream game did. But choosing such an unpopular game came at a price.
I'm 19, I'm pursuing a career, becoming a full-time Twitch streamer, full-time YouTuber.
By ignoring the industry's biggest titles, Jynxzi made his uphill battle even steeper. On a platform already stacked against smaller streamers, he was cutting himself off from the easiest route to visibility and grinding on a game fewer and fewer people seem to care about.
We stream every day, most consistent Siege streamer there is, every single day.
For a year straight, Jynxzi streamed Rainbow Six gameplay to an average viewership of just 5. And at times, it pushed him to the brink.
If I could just get 1 follower a day, I would be happy.
With so few people watching and stagnant growth, he seriously considered walking away from streaming altogether.
My friends, my teachers, guidance counselor just said like, oh, you're wasting your time. You're not going to be a streamer. That's a pipe dream. It's not realistic. That too.
As exhausting as it was, he kept streaming, day after day, doing what he genuinely enjoyed, holding on to the belief that maybe one day it would pay off.
5 viewers, he's grinding. He's on the grind!
As he got better at the game, the Siege community began to tune in. Slowly, 5 average viewers turned into 15. 15 became 50.
You guys are freaking crazy, bro.
And by June, his Twitch following had jumped from just 300 to over 3,000 followers.
Bro, we're at 993 viewers. Can we hit 1,000 viewers, bro?
But in the summer of 2021, he hit a wall, 1,500 average viewers. The reach of Rainbow Six had hit its limit. Despite being one of the most popular players in the space, and even having a personal charm in the game, no one outside of the Rainbow community cared enough to tune into the streams. For almost an entire year, Jynxzi sat there, at 1,500 viewers, making enough money to not have a job, but not enough to really live a life. Until one day, he woke up to thousands of new followers. He was confused at first, then checked TikTok. Someone had screen recorded his stream from the day prior and uploaded a short clip to TikTok. It was of him opening alpha packs in Rainbow, getting the same annoying rubber ducky charm 3 times in a row.
Another rubber ducky!
And this clip exploded on TikTok, raking in over 17 million views that day.
How many do you guys have?
When he started up stream later that day, that ceiling finally moved. Thousands poured in, and Jynxzi's stream peaked at over 4,000 live viewers. It had been almost 4 years since he started streaming, and Jynxzi had finally moved up a rung on Twitch's endless ladder.
5,000 viewers already. That is a Jynxzi channel record.
But what no one could have guessed was how quickly he'd shoot towards the top from here. That viral clip was the light bulb moment. If one random highlight could pull thousands to his stream, what would happen if he started posting them himself? So he ramped up the content machine, launching new accounts on TikTok and YouTube, cutting together his rages, his highlights, his crash outs. And he wasn't the only one. Every day, dozens of accounts were pumping out Jynxzi's reactions, funneling even more viewers straight to his streams.
We hit 10,000 viewers!
By January of 2023, Jynxzi had cleared over 500,000 followers on Twitch, then 750,000 in March, and just weeks later came the milestone every streamer dreams of. 1 million followers on Twitch.
I did it. I'm calling my dad.
And it didn't stop there. Just days later, the sub counter rocketed past giants like XQC and Kai Cenat. Jynxzi, streaming Rainbow Six Siege, was the #1 subscribed streamer on Twitch.
Yeah, he's the #1 most sub person on Twitch right now. Yeah, which is crazy, by the way.
I haven't gotten to watch him yet, but his TikTok seemed pretty funny.
Oh yeah, he's hilarious.
By September, Jynxzi was averaging over 60,000 viewers, and at the 2023 Streamer Awards, he was crowned both the best gamer and breakout streamer of the year.
Because the biggest streamer in the world right now is a guy named Jynxzi. And for a full year, he streamed on Twitch to an average viewership of 2.
It literally just started as an idea and a dream and a goal.
Yeah, he's streaming like 7-8 hours a day for 5 people. Man.
November 2019, 5 viewers. Every great thing that you will ever achieve is brick by brick, day by day, night by night. December 2019, 5 viewers. It started off 5 years ago. 5! I'm pursuing a career and becoming a full-time Twitch streamer and YouTuber. January 2020, 5 viewers. The amount of mother that'll tell you that you can't do something because they can't imagine themselves doing something. If you have a dream, you have to protect that dream every single day when you wake up, bro. You cannot lose if you just don't give up. Literally, bro, the only way to lose is to give up.
The crazy thing is why this all worked in the first place. A generation ago, streamers lived and died by the games they played. If the game popped, so did they. But if it faded, their careers went with it. Jynxzi flipped that script. Siege was already on life support when he started, so his growth was never tied to the popularity of the game. The climb took longer, but it built a foundation that wouldn't crack when trends move on.
If you're the top guy on any stream, you are dealing with all of the bullshit.
However, success often comes at a cost. In just a few months, he went from a random kid on Twitch to the internet's main character, and that meant his personal life wasn't really his anymore. Relationships, drama, Suddenly, it was all being dissected by millions of strangers. What was once private became part of the content machine, whether he wanted it to or not. And even inside Siege, not everyone was happy with Jinxie. Some of the OG players hated the new wave that he brought with him. They said his streams made the game less serious, that the culture was more about entertainment than strategy. The exact energy that revived Siege also made Jinxie a target within the game's most dedicated community. But that's the trade-off of internet fame. You work so hard to get everything you ever wanted, only to realize it comes with everything you never asked for.
I've been thinking about making this video for a very long time. I am retiring. I'm no longer going to be streaming, posting YouTube videos, posting TikToks. I feel like I lost all my love for it and passion for it. And now it's like, I just don't even want to stream anymore. So thank you to all my supporters. And this is goodbye.
And for Jinxie, the only way through was the same way he started. Keep pushing.
Psych! Part-time's Jinxie is gone. Starting tomorrow, I'm streaming every night, 7 p.m. to 12 p.m. I'm back on my 5-hour. Let's get it. Let's go. Click the sub button, click the like button, and let's do this for our mama and our little brother too.
He built his whole career on consistency, on showing up no matter what, and now that mindset was the only thing holding it all together. He began branching out, pushing his content far beyond the walls of Rainbow Six Siege. Jinxie hosted online dating shows, opened fan mail live on camera, and began IRL streaming with some of the biggest names on Twitch.
What the f*** you do? You're f***ing crushing.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
This was actually the time period that I myself first became a fan of Jinxie. In early 2024, those clips of mukbangs with Queso and cooking with Sketch started flooding my TikTok feed.
Was that part rusty, or trying to find out what the metal taste is there?
And I'll admit, I can't stand the cringy, over-the-top screaming reactions by streamers. Except for this.
So
That's actually pretty funny. Anyways, this was the first time that I saw Jinxie be more of himself and less of an internet character. These clips, especially the Sketch, were hysterical and created trends far outside of the gaming community.
You're gonna need a Frisbee to cover those pepperoni nipples.
These streams took Jinxie to an all-new high, averaging nearly 100,000 viewers per stream and peaking at 229,525 concurrent viewers. For perspective, Twitch as a whole maintains an average of 2.6 million active users at any given time, meaning Jinxie alone had 10% of the entire platform watching his stream. To Jinxie, this made it infinitely clear. His fans were watching for him, and no matter what he streamed, they'd be there. The mental barrier of streaming for performance was gone. Jinxie really just streamed whatever he wanted to. He still streamed Rainbow, but there was constantly new additions, some that even go all the way back to the beginning of this journey.
How long have you been streaming, honestly?
Yeah,
when'd you start?
You say you'll never join the Navy.
Never track storms in the Atlantic or skydive as part of your commute.
Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is. Learn why at Navy.com. America's Navy, forged by the sea.
I've never even said this, but like I was streaming when I was a freshman in high school. I was streaming when I was 15. So I've streamed on 3 different accounts. I started off streaming Clash Royale.
Earlier this year, Jinxie hopped back onto the Clash Royale grind, streaming more and more of the content he used to stream to just an audience of 5. But this time, it wasn't the task of performing that was fueling the grind. The same game that lit the spark of his competitive drive was surging again in popularity, and it would be easy to chalk that up to timing or coincidence if the numbers weren't there. In June, 8 out of the 10 uploads on Jinxie's channel were Clash Royale, with the game's player count jumping over 8.4 million in that exact same month. Whether he'll admit it or not, the moment he came back, the game itself seemed to wake up too. And not just Clash Royale. Overnight, a surge of 800,000 players jumped back into Clash of Clans, like it was almost a brand new release, and we were right there with them. But behind every stream, behind all the numbers and the noise, is the life that keeps him grounded.
You live with your parents, right?
Yeah, I live with like my mom, my brother, my cousin.
Off camera, it's not about winning or losing in a video game. It's about family and the quiet moments that never make the highlight reel. A steady support system that's been there from the very beginning, reminding him who he is at the end of the day.
To me, family's all you really have in life. Like you can have like money or fame or whatever, but at the end of the day, all that really matters is like the people you truly care about. So like I have my whole life to go off and live by myself. I may as well spend as much time with my mom and dad while I can.
The success may look larger than life, but at its core, it's held together by simple, real-life anchors that fame can't touch. In today's world, it's almost routine to watch creators blow up overnight, only to lose pieces of themselves along the way. The fame, the number, the pressure, it changes people. But Jinxie never let those pieces slip away. He held onto them tightly. The laughter, the humility, the roots that shaped him. And more than anything, he kept close the relationship that mattered the most. His dad.
I've nothing but like the highest thanks to my dad. When I was like 17 years old and I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, my dad was the person who told me to just go for it, and he said, you'd be good at it.
There's Jinxie, there he is. See him, chat, right there. There's Junko.
I created my Twitch account in 2019. I had one viewer for an entire year. That one viewer was my dad. He was in every stream, always hyping me up, and he never stopped believing in me. When you have somebody in your corner that's your dad and they believe in you from the jump, what else do you need?
Call to my dad.
Yo.
Dad, I just hit 1 million.
No, I'm watching.
Oh, you're in?
Yeah. I'm so happy I can't feel my arms.
I can't even feel my arms.
I think the story that is Jinxie is far from over, but in its own way, it's come full circle. From the late nights of streaming to a few viewers, to teachers saying he would never make it, to now living the exact way he's always dreamt of. He's always been one thing. Himself. And yeah, the sacrifices were real, but if you asked him today whether he'd do it all over again, I don't even think there'd be a pause. The answer would be simple.
Flapaza de la Gawara.
Your worst nightmares are waiting. Try to escape Pinhead's eternal torment in a haunted house based on the original Hellraiser trilogy. Just one nightmare of many at Universal Orlando Halloween Horror Nights. Tickets on sale now. Event not recommended for children under 13.
When the internet first came around, it was simple. Emails, forums, and early websites that felt like a digital ghost town. But then everything changed. MySpace, Reddit, YouTube, each platform transformed into a stage. The internet wasn't just a tool anymore, it became a world of its own. Memes spread faster than the news, and 6-second videos can make someone famous overnight. Suddenly millions weren't just watching, they were chasing. Everyone wanted to entertain, to create, to build an audience. Influence became currency, and social media became the new American dream. And in the middle of it all, there was one kid. One of millions. Grinding, posting, hoping to break through. But if we're being honest, he was never supposed to make it. There was never a universe where I should have known his name or where you should have known his name. But now, it feels like the only thing I ever hear is
Kai Cenat.
Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat.
Kai Cenat grew up in the Bronx, just a 30-minute train ride from Midtown, but a world away from the skyscrapers and bright lights of Manhattan. It's the birthplace of hip-hop, the home to Yankee Stadium. It's a borough that moves fast, where opportunities aren't just handed out on silver platters. But hey, welcome to the Big Apple. Packed into a small apartment with his 3 siblings and a single mother who worked 4 jobs just to keep food on the table, Kai learned early that nothing came easy. He bounced between schools, and at one point his family ended up in a homeless shelter in Georgia. Now, eventually they found their way back to New York, and every summer Kai would leave the city for a few weeks through a program designed to give underprivileged kids a break from the noise. And that's where he met Kathy, his host parent, who, after nearly a decade of spending summers together, became family. But for a while, Kai felt lost. He wasn't the biggest, not the tallest, not the strongest. He wasn't the kid getting picked first in gym class. In school, that wasn't really his thing either. He was missing something, a purpose, a reason to care. Until he found it. At first, it was just a distraction, an escape from real life. But soon, YouTube became an obsession. Roman Atwood, FouseyTube, FaZe Clan, early 2010s YouTube was a whole new world, a never-ending rabbit hole of entertainment. While other kids were playing sports, Kai was locked in, not just watching these videos, but studying them. Titles, thumbnails, personalities. These weren't just influencers, they were pioneers. They weren't simply building an audience, they were crafting a blueprint for others to follow. And Kai was taking notes. What made a video work? What made people laugh, click, stick around? Eventually, the urge grew too loud to ignore. Kai wanted in. So at 14 years old, he took his first shot, uploading his first ever video to Facebook.
Siri, shut up.
And it did exactly what you'd expect. It flopped. Nobody cared. Nobody watched. But that initial failure, that's exactly what makes Kai so dangerous today. You see, social media is a game with no finish line, just an endless sprint where everyone is chasing relevance. Millions are fighting for blue checks, viral moments, and a spot at the top. But the reality is harsh. Trends don't last, and neither do most creators. The internet moves fast. One day someone is everywhere, on every feed, every algorithm, every trending page. The next, they're just another name in the archives of forgotten influencers. It's not about catching a wave. It's about knowing when to step off before it crashes. But most don't. They ride the high, move to LA, blow the checks, and before they know it, their time is up. Success in social media isn't about luck, it's about strategy. Think of it like Thanos collecting Infinity Stones. Collect the right pieces, and success becomes inevitable.
I think it's just in my head to never quit. I had the option to quit, but it's like, once I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna get it done.
Kai's first Infinity Stone really came in the form of a weaponized obsession. He spent years shouting into the void, posting to an audience of 0.
I'm sorry, I gotta go to work.
And from that silence, he learned the internet's harshest truth. No one owes you their attention, until you give them a reason to. Dozens of uploads came and went with little to show for it, but instead of quitting, Kai doubled down. He wasn't just trying to go viral, he was running experiments. Every video was a test, and every failure was fuel for the fire. As a chronically online kid, he absorbed everything, quietly building a mental playbook of what worked, what flopped, and why. By the time he hit high school, the gears began turning. Facebook skits evolved into YouTube videos. Then came college, and with it, his first big break.
Whoever keeps knocking my door, suck my.
A Ding Dong Ditch prank video blew up, catapulting his channel past 30,000 subscribers overnight. But that moment wasn't random. It was the exact scenario Kai had been preparing for. Because now he finally had attention, and attention is leverage. So he reached into the playbook, the one he'd been quietly building since middle school. And right there on page 1 was Roman Atwood. The blueprint was nearly identical. Years of silence, then one breakout video, a fake pee prank in the middle of New York City. That single video snowballed into a series, the same setup with different locations, over and over again until it launched Roman's entire career. It wasn't a fluke, it was a formula. And Kai followed it. One prank turned into 2, 2 became 4. Each video built on the last, bigger reactions, escalating chaos, and the views stacked like dominoes. And just like that, Kai was finally on the board.
Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys so much for 100,000 subscribers. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. 100,000 is a blessing, literally. I love all you guys at the bottom of my heart. Kai Mafia forever, you feel me? We slowly but surely taking over, you feel me? Thank you so much for 100,000 subscribers.
But the success came with a catch, because now Kai was standing at a fork in the road. On one side was everything he never dreamed of, an audience, influence, the chance to build something bigger than himself. On the other was college, a degree, stability, the safe route everyone, teachers, friends, and even family expected him to follow. The responsible choice would have been keeping YouTube as a side hustle, graduate, play it safe. Dropping out to chase internet fame wasn't just bold, it was delusional.
I have to drop college, I have to...
You don't have to drop no college.
When I go back, I'm gonna tell them that I have to drop out.
Kai, you're not dropping no college.
I have to drop the college.
But come on, when has anyone ever done anything great sitting on the bench? So Kai took the leap, dropped out of college to fully commit to YouTube. He embraced experimentation, pushing new formats and fresh ideas. There was no singular blueprint, no restrictive niche tying him down. His videos kept evolving, but the one constant was Kai himself. And ultimately, that's who the viewers returned for. Not just the pranks, not just the titles, they came back for Kai.
What happens in Miami goes stay in Miami!
In August of 2020, Kai joined a content group called Any Means Possible, or AMP for short. Now, content houses have been around for years. From FaZe New York to Team 10 to the Hype House, they all exist for one reason: growth. The formula is simple. Take a bunch of creators, put them all under one roof, and suddenly you've got a view printing machine. But here's the thing. Most content houses are revolving doors. Someone joins, sparks some hype, gains some followers, and then dips. That's the norm. But AMP isn't normal. Since the group's inception in late 2019, the lineup has barely changed. The 4 founding members, Agent, Phantom, Davis, and Duke Dennis weren't just collaborators, they were real-life friends, with a shared mindset and a long-term vision for the brand. This wasn't some clout-fueled experiment, it was something they actually believed in. And because of that, they were incredibly protective of the group dynamic. They didn't want to just let anyone in, no matter how big the name was. They had already turned down plenty of well-known creators. People like YourAge, Gideon, and Flight had all been passed on, not because they weren't talented, but because the chemistry wasn't there. One wrong move, one offbeat personality, and the whole thing could fall apart before it even started. So when they invited Kai to join in 2020, it wasn't just another group decision, it was a moment. He didn't have the biggest platform, he wasn't pulling the most views, but what stood out was the way he worked, the way he fit. There was something undeniable about his energy, and they recognized it instantly. Joining AMP gave Kai something he hadn't had before: a team, a stage, a spotlight. But there was still one thing missing: streaming. During COVID, a new generation of creators redefined what streaming could be. What started as a gaming-centric world began morphing into something bigger. Suddenly, the internet's biggest stars weren't vloggers or YouTubers, they were streamers. And Kai, he was riding that wave before most people even saw it coming.
I will now be streaming on
Twitch!
His very first Twitch stream was an immediate hit. Over 1,000 people tuned in live. For a debut stream, that's unheard of. If you're not familiar with how streaming works, that number isn't just good, it's absurd. From reaction content to gameplay, it was instantly clear. Streaming unlocked something in Kai that no other platform had. He wasn't just entertaining, he was electric. And the internet noticed. By July 2021, the entire AMP crew had moved in together. Their streams exploded. By the end of that same month, Kai was averaging over 17,000 live viewers per stream. But that was just the beginning. From there, he pushed the envelope. The ideas got bigger, louder, and more unhinged. One day, he was hosting a Riz Academy. The next, he turned the AMP house into a petting zoo.
Yo, Phantom! There's a f***ing zebra!
He 1v1'd a WNBA player, opened a daycare, and even rolled out collabs with some of the biggest names on the internet. Kai wasn't just going viral, he was becoming culture. He hit 1 million subscribers on YouTube, and a few months later, 1 million followers on Twitch. And then Kai did something different. He flipped the promo circuit on its head. Traditionally, artists do press runs, sit-down interviews, promo tours. Kai flipped that. No scripts, no publicists, just a chaotic, hilarious live stream and a guaranteed viral clip.
Oh my god!
From Bobby Shmurda to 21 Savage, everyone started pulling up, and when they did, it didn't feel like content. It just felt like them hanging out, because Kai didn't put anyone on a pedestal. He treated everyone the same, and the result? Streaming's most unexpected talk show.
When they like breaking your house, that mean they leave.
When they breaking your house? Yeah. Wait, have you broken into a house before? Yeah. What was your thoughts on that when that happened?
I thought.
Yep. Hey, watch what you say. It's crazy!
Millions of views, countless internet-breaking moments, and a Streamer of the Year award later, Kai Cenat had claimed the throne of streaming. But what he did next put the entire internet on notice. In February 2023, he embarked on a marathon that would redefine what it meant to go all in. For 30 days straight, Kai streamed 24 hours a day in an event he called the Mafiathon.
We are live!
This wasn't just a stream, it was a spectacle. A relentless, non-stop showcase of endurance, charisma, and sheer willpower. The Mafiathon wasn't just about gaming or reacting, it was a cultural moment. Traditional celebrities and top influencers flocked to his stream, turning it into a collision of internet culture and mainstream fame. From viral challenges to late-night chaos, every hour brought something new, something unpredictable. And then just days before the final stream, Kai did the impossible. A new all-time record on Twitch, 306,000 active subscribers and counting. It cemented his name in the Internet Hall of Fame, and fueled a trajectory that was only going one way: up. But there's a pattern we've seen time and time again in the world of social media. The unstoppable force, hurtling towards greatness, collides with the immovable object, reality. For creators chasing the throne, the stakes only get higher, the risks more extreme, and sometimes the fall is inevitable.
We begin with that tense scene here in New York City. Thousands of young people converging on Manhattan's Union Square Park.
We've just learned over the past half hour that 65 people have been arrested, 30 of them juveniles.
He's got 20 million followers on social media, and after an ill-conceived stunt in New York's Union Square, he also has an arrest record.
What started as a simple fan meetup spiraled into chaos.
What are you doing?
Refuse to leave. You will be arrested for unlawful assembly.
Thousands flooded the park, crowds surged, people got hurt, arrests were made. And just like that, a feel-good moment turned into a national headline.
Just got an update from the NYPD, and here's what we know tonight. According to police, Kai Cenat will be charged with multiple counts.
The influencer is charged. He's going to be charged with at least 2 counts of inciting a riot, unlawful assembly, and a few other charges.
For the first time, we saw Kai Cenat through a different lens. This wasn't a world-shattering moment. At its core, it was a meetup gone wrong, a well-intentioned idea that spiraled out of control. Kai's ignorance, however unintentional, had ripple effects far beyond what he'd ever imagined.
None of that was my intention. I had good intentions for this whole thing, but after Friday, bro, I've come to realize the amount of not only power, but influence that I have on people.
For the first time in a long time, Kai had to stop and think. Not about numbers, not about content, but about impact, about the legacy he wanted to leave behind.
I'm beyond disappointed in the things that went on Friday. I've also asked myself, I said, yo, next time you want to do any of these things like this, you need to hit up the right people, make the right calls, and do it the correct way, because as a whole, bro, we all have to do it. We all have to do better.
This wasn't the end of his story. It was a recalibration, a chance to realign his goals, to refocus on what truly matters. That meant more than just breaking records. It meant building something that lasted. The road ahead wasn't about avoiding mistakes. It was about learning from them. And for Kai, that lesson would shape everything that came next. 2024 was a new year with new goals, one that really elevated the gaming side of streaming. See, your typical gaming stream looks like this: a guy in a chair playing the same games on loop. The concepts are redundant, designed to be repeated. Their sets go as far as blank walls and neon signs if we're lucky. And then on May 8th, 2024, Kai flipped the entire formula on its head. He dropped a 2-minute trailer, not a clip, not a teaser, a full-blown cinematic trailer announcing his next challenge, a non-stop marathon that wouldn't end until he beat Elden Ring. It was scripted, scored, and shot like an actual film, complete with lighting setups, camera crews, stunt coordination, and VFX. Over 45 people worked on this trailer alone. For context, Paranormal Activity, a movie that grossed nearly $200 million worldwide, that was made with a crew of 44. I mean, it may be only by one, but Kai had put together a bigger team just for this announcement, and the stream itself was just as insane.
And now, it is time for Elden Ring.
His bedroom was transformed into a high fantasy world with custom-built sets, detailed props, and outfits straight out of the game. He didn't just play the character, he became them. It was immersive, theatrical, and way ahead of anything the platform had seen. This wasn't a gimmick, it was a shift, a new gold standard. From Elden Ring DLCs to Bloodborne, Sekiro, and Batman Arkham, Kai continued to inject movie-level production into gaming streams, elevating the gameplay, elevating the promo, elevating the platform.
Bro, we actually in an underground bunker right now. This is underground, chat, like no cap.
At one point, he even teamed up with Mr. Beast to pull off a mind-bending prank. They built a 1-to-1 replica of Kai's room, filled it with fireworks, and rigged it to go off midstream, convincing viewers that it was happening live. Now, it didn't take long for people to catch on, but that didn't matter, because Kai was redefining what streaming could be.
So, like, when's your next subathon? I don't know, wait. Okay, so here's the thing, right? I really want somebody to break my record, bro. So you could break their record? Yes.
On November 1st, 2024, Kai Cenat kicked off the month-long Mafiathon 2, and from the very first minute, it was clear. This wasn't just another stream, it was a spectacle unlike anything Twitch had seen before.
This is Snoopbot, chat. Look how he rolled with me. You gotta.
Can't hear you, Kai.
I can't hear you. Trio is back! What's up? You're fired. I want you to get off the wall.
Set inside a $55 million mansion spanning over 30,000 square feet, Kai transformed his life into a living broadcast, with more than 67 cameras capturing every single angle and 5-man production teams working in rotating shifts. Not a single second went unseen, whether he was eating, sleeping, or showering. Kai lived on stream, unfiltered, unscripted, and completely open to the world.
Every second of the day, they're watching me.
Kai, what are you talking about? How do you do that?
I literally just do it.
But what truly set Mafiathon 2 apart was the scale. It wasn't just a live stream, it was a cultural event. Every day brought a new wave of anticipation as fans tuned in to see who would step into Kai's world next. Miranda Cosgrove, Snoop Dogg, Kevin Hart, Lil Dicky, SZA, Bill Nye, and Nardwuar. The guest list read like a fever dream, and it only kept growing. From massive giveaways to AI robots that cost over $25,000 each, every moment was meticulously planned. Nothing was left to chance, no cost was spared. This wasn't just content, it was a masterclass in creating a moment the internet would never forget.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's about that time. It's officially November 1st. It just hit 12 o'clock on the dot. I'm just gonna do this video so that in a month this drops. Here's my message to myself. I hope you're proud of where you're at. If you broke the record, congratulations.
I want to thank Phantom, I want to thank Duke, I want to thank Davis, I want to thank Agent, I want to thank Chris for never giving up on what they love to do and always treating me the same from day one.
KC3000, Mr. Kai Cenat 1000 himself, you know what I'm saying, for breaking the Twitch record and becoming the greatest streamer of all time. My dog is the greatest, you know what I'm saying. There has never been one like him. And to be honest, if we being honest with ourselves, there probably won't be another Kai Cenat.
Kai is not gonna get the love he deserves until he retires, bro. So many people try and like speak negatively about him because he's #1 right now. It's one of these moments where it's like, I used to be a LeBron hater as a kid, bro, because my brother's favorite player was LeBron. I was a Kobe guy. But when I grew up, I learned, like, why not just appreciate greatness? It don't matter what form it comes in. Why not just appreciate greatness?
We all from the Bronx. People that's from here know the chances of you making it out, bro, it's slim to none.
this is not supposed to happen. We went against the grain. We went against the norm. We from the Bros, it's not supposed to happen. Like real shit, bro. 700-something thousand Twitch subscribers. Didn't just break the record, doubled it. He ran a lap on his own record.
Phantom just takes me, he proud of me. That's all I wanted. Phantom, I appreciate you, bro. From where we come from, that's not supposed to happen, gang.
You did that shit, gang. You feel me? If you're watching this, this is the time you mentally need to be resetting. Enjoy, you know, it's December, your birthday coming up. Enjoy it. Take your time, go at your pace. I want you to know that I'm proud of you. And I'm ready.